Did it again.
Okay.
Mag came out. What's up, YouTube? It's Ferg Tactical, and today we're going to be reviewing this Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10mm. This is the one with the 4.6-inch barrel. No thumb safety on it. Yes, it's clear. I have a TLR9. I know it's long, yes, but I got it as a woods gun, so I wanted something that was like really bright and had a big spotlight. So let's get into it. Like I already said, gun's clear. Today we're gonna be basically testing this with full power 10mm. I've only shot like semi decent 10mm out of this so far. One of them was weak, it was barely stronger than 40, but the other one was like, I think 550 foot-pounds. Full power 10mm is usually 600 foot-pounds and above. So I have a few different rounds I wanna try shooting out of this. I'm gonna go to the range with my boy Chris today. And I've been seeing a lot of issues with these guns in particular handling full power 10mm. I've seen some where the mags have just shot out of the gun when you shoot some really high loads. And aside from that, people say you should, you know, modify the recoil spring. That'll help the slide track better so it doesn't like stovepipe or the mag doesn't eject. We'll see how it feeds. So I'll show you what rounds I'll be shooting out of it today. So today we'll be shooting a total of almost 90 rounds, I think like 89. First is going to be the Sig vcrown, which is 1250 feet per second at 624 foot-pounds, and then this is I think 180 grains. Yeah, 180. So it's 180 grains, and this is what I got to carry the gun with. It is a hollow point, and it is full power 10mm. It's not as hot as other loads I have, but it's 9 rounds. I always say you should shoot what you carry, so I just wanted to make sure they cycle first and make sure the gun doesn't have any issues. Secondly, I got the Underwood ammo, 200 grain hardcast. This is with the black cherry coating on it. So we'll be shooting 40 rounds of this and seeing how it goes. This is 200 grains at 1250 feet per second as well. So it's 20 grains more than the Sig ammo and same velocity. Only thing is this has a lot more powder behind it. These are rated at 694 foot-pounds of energy, so it's a good bump. You definitely want that if you're in bear country, so this is a good bump. So lastly, what we'll be shooting is this Underwood ammo 220 grain hardcast. So basically it looks the same as the other one, but it's 20 grains heavier and it's 50 feet per second slower. Even though it is a little bit heavier and a little bit slower, it is coming in at 704 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. So this is a good array of test ammo for you guys out there running bear loads, you know, or just full power defense loads. I love this gun. The ergonomics are great. You can change out the back straps. It comes with raised sights, and I really want to make a threaded barrel for this so I can switch it in, but it comes optics ready. I got this gun a year ago on Black Friday, and I have not run any hot ammo through it yet, so I've been waiting to do this. But I love the gun. The trigger can use a little bit of work. I like how it looks and the feel of the flat face, but the trigger itself is a little gritty, so that I gotta upgrade. But I really like the gun and how it feels, so I really want it to function properly. I don't want to have to go buy another 10mm because this one doesn't work with hot ammo, so let's see. I do want to get an open carry setup for it, so that way when I go travel to like bear country, when I'm gonna go hunting and stuff, I have this. But if it doesn't work today, I'm not even gonna waste money on that because I do have an inside the waistband holster. This gun does function fine. I have not had any malfunctions as far as using the weaker ammo, like the 550 foot-pound stuff and the high 400 stuff, which is a little bit stronger than 40, like I said. But I want to see how this functions. It is lubed up and everything, so if we have any issues, we'll see. I'm really hoping it works, so let's get out to the range now. My friend's waiting on me, and let's see how this gun functions. All right, we starting off with the Sig round, so I'm gonna do 4, he's gonna do 5. Ah. It jammed? Jammed. Failure to feed. Okay. Yep. First malfunction. Anything? It's okay. Should run it. Yeah.
It didn't lock back?
Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna move to first the 200 grain. I really don't know what to expect. Okay. See? And that's actually what I saw happening. So some people were having issues with this thing, with the mag flying out. I wanted to test it. So, as you guys can see, that happened. Mag came out. I don't even think it chambered around. Yeah, it didn't chamber around. It went
Jesus
through.
Christ.
How many rounds did that go through? That was. What's that? What? 9 rounds now? Or is that 8? I think 8. It's at 8 now, right?
It's 8 now.
So that's why it's like, if this gun's gonna be like that, I don't feel comfortable carrying this with this load, knowing that that may happen. But all right, let's see if it happens again.
I wonder if they have stronger springs for the mag catch release.
I wonder, because that's uncomforting.
No, yeah, I mean, if a bear's charging you and all of a sudden your mag drops out, I mean,
yeah, you're fucking dead. A grizzly bear is gonna be on top of you. So let's see. It's pretty accurate. I mean, you can tell here where like we dipped a little bit.
I was anticipating real.
No, I saw.
I was anticipating real so bad.
It definitely did there, but that's not bad. The gun's accurate. It's a nice gun.
Oh yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. But let's run the mag through. Let's see how.
I mean, let's give it a whirl. I mean, so what? I should take it from these boxes then?
Yeah, take it from that box. That's 200 or 220. 200. Okay.
These are like hard casts?
Yeah, hard. That's 694 foot-pounds. So that's 700. It's a lot from a handgun.
I'm kind of nervous. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of nervous.
It's not as bad as you think. Just try it. Give it a try.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, you can see the amount of like gas.
No, yeah, the gas coming out of this muzzle is insane. I mean, it's putting out the kind of gas that your 2.5 5.56 does.
Yeah, literally. That's what it reminds, like 5.56 gas out of like an AR.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Okay.
It's running.
It's running. Yeah.
It's running. No issues with feeding on that one. No mag release issues. I mean, this is pretty recessed. I'm wondering if on that kickback,
maybe I hit
thumb
it.
press, our thumbs are hitting it. I wonder if that's the issue,
bro. Because I've seen some like people who have they've shot out of the gun. Like I mean, like ejected, like hard. So.
Well, I mean, with the gas problem, you know, going on in here, coupled with the possibility of accidentally hitting it,
right?
That might be our problem.
That could be.
With that. I kind of pulled this thumb up, and then I never had an issue.
But so, from what I've been seeing though, it's running a lot better than a lot of people have had. Like, you know.
Yeah, so. I mean, it runs. We did have that one hiccup.
Right.
So that's
we're at 2
definitely
malfunctions
something
right now.
to keep an eye on, though.
2 malfunctions right now.
I had a failure to feed,
yeah.
but I think I limp wristed that. I think that was my fault. And then, then we had that failure to with the mag.
I don't even know what you call that.
premature ejection.
Yeah, I guess premature ejection. I guess.
Ejection.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Hornady.
All right. I'm gonna finish this box of 200s off, and we're gonna try the 220s. So.
Jesus Christ. The amount of muzzle energy that's coming out of the front of this thing is insane.
Yeah.
Like, you can just, I mean, the concussion from the back here is noticeable. It's very noticeable. I can't even imagine downrange. Even if you didn't get hit, the concussion alone, it's a flashbang. It's insane. Keep in mind, out of a handgun, that's a handgun, bro. That's a lot.
Look at the gas. Like, look
yeah. I don't know if it's on the camera, but it's smoky in here now.
Not a bad group.
Yeah, so I fixed my, so the second I kind of pulled these down, and then I kind of fixed my anticipation issue, and
I pulled a couple, but I mean, that's still a barrel. You're now you want a 10 mil though.
Now I want a 10 mil. Now I want a 10 mil.
He's finishing up his 200 grains now.
All right, we have a higher grain to go.
Huh?
We have more grains.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the number 4. Okay, so no issues.
Okay, it's looking good. I'd be kind of confident right now.
Yeah,
This.
yeah.
I'd be kind of confident.
Yeah, it's definitely something to kind of look into though.
Yeah.
With this issue going on here.
Yeah, I've never seen a Glock do that.
Nope.
I've not seen any of my Glocks.
They have a
do
Glock
that.
10 here.
Ah.
Oh.
Let me try. Did it again.
Okay.
Mag came out.
All right, so we had a magazine failure. Any runs in the chamber?
Nope.
Okay.
Bro, what the fuck is this? Is that like from the casing maybe?
Something shear off of it?
The gun looks fine. I guess that may be from the casing.
What is that?
I don't know.
This is polymer, which makes me wonder, did it shear off the release on the inside? Is it locked?
No? Good.
Do a general function test with reset.
Yeah,
everything good?
reset, everything's fine.
Okay. How's the mag look itself? Is it damaged?
So no, mag looks okay.
Okay. We're in again.
All right, let's keep going. I'm trying to make sure I don't hit the mag release so I don't have any excuses, you know? But
Yeah.
that thing's a bruiser.
Yeah. You feel a difference with those
Little
rounds?
bit. Maybe it's the mag. Once notice it did it when the mag was almost full both times. Once those rounds kind of ran down, it stopped spitting the mag out.
Maybe.
Fine, so.
Damn.
He's been thinking about getting a 10 mil. I think this convinced him to get one.
Maybe.
I didn't
If they have
introduce
this model here today, I might have bought it.
Yeah? Okay. Functioning fine. We've had 3 malfunctions so far, but one might have been shooter induced
I'm
failure.
pulling that real low.
Huh?
I'm pulling that real low.
Pull it in real quick. You can tell the recoil difference like here versus like with the you shoot the 200s better. I'm gonna just see if it has issues. I'm gonna try and dump like the 5, see if it runs them. Okay.
Random.
Yeah, random. Okay. So,
All right.
and what do you have? 10 rounds left?
I got 10, yeah.
All right. Let's. Failure to feed or
Nope, we're good.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Didn't
held
lock.
it down.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing is a beast, dude. I mean, 220 grains and 100 feet per second, 220 grains. I mean, this is the handgun that I've shot.
The best one? Oh, biggest.
Biggest for sure. I mean, Jesus wept. Okay, there we go. Oh. It's a live one. Got some dead.
Oh, fiddle chamber. See, that's not bad, but over a course of about 9 rounds, what, 4 or 5 malfunctions?
There was quite a few malfunctions that we've had in
Less than 100 rounds.
Less than 100 rounds.
I don't know if I would trust my life with that. Like, in terms of ammo, that's kind of sketchy, bro. You gotta get charged. You don't have time for that kind of stuff.
That's a little sketchy.
It's a little sketchy. It did okay.
And it wasn't even a stovepipe. That was a live round that was was kicked up. It's like a failure to feed.
A lot of stuff I've seen with what they do. The Smith & Wesson, they polish the feed ramp a little bit, but this one seems like it was already polished. Like, so I don't know. I like the gun. I'm gonna get another 10 mil or something.
With these rounds, maybe not.
Yeah.
Which sucks because you got this as a bear gun. You're putting bear loads in it and it can't handle it.
I'd be confident carrying these, like these, whatever, right? But those, man. Well, I'll see you guys when we get out the range. All right, so by the way, this is Chris.
What's up, guys?
I went shooting with his brother. They look kind of alike, semi, but would you say you guys look alike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been mistaken for twins in the past.
Yeah. Well, when I went to go shoot my AK the first time with his brother, he was out of town. But yeah, so your thoughts on the 10 mil?
Thoughts on the 10 mil? Damn. That's a good one. I mean, I kind of want a 10 mil now. That was fun as shit. So for background on me, I've never shot anything kind of really bigger than a 45, just because I haven't. I just never got the opportunity, I guess, and I don't own anything bigger than 45.
At least not in handguns, but yeah.
Not in handguns, no. The 10 mil was actually a lot more shootable than I thought it would be. I feel like I was expecting the regular rounds to shoot like the 220 grains. I was expecting a little bit more of a punch. Now, granted, my hand was a little bit red after that, and there was actually flecks of that M&P stippling, like the actual plastic flakes in my hand afterwards. You know, which it wasn't like painful. It just, you know, they kind of scraped off, I guess, and they were just sitting on my hand. That, you know, we ran into a lot of issues considering the amount of rounds that we put in.
Under 100 rounds.
Under 100 rounds, we ran into a lot of problems.
What was it, 4 malfunctions?
3 or 4 malfunctions,
we had,
yeah.
I think the mag popped out 3 times. No, mag popped out twice.
Yep.
There was a failure to feed initially in the beginning, and then a failure to feed at the end.
I think that the first failure to feed was my bad.
Okay.
I think I may have limp wristed it in an attempt to not anticipate the recoil as much.
Even though 3, even if, okay, we remove that, still 3, like
I mean, either way, I mean,
that's a lot of.
And that second failure to feed was kind of interesting because it was a live round that kind of stovepiped up. It was like a weird, like.
I've also read they do have stronger mag springs for this gun, so maybe that, like, a lot of people have gone into like stronger mag springs, stiffer recoil spring, and then they polish the feed ramp, and that usually kind of helps with the issues. But I don't have to do all that to a gun. Like, I just want to get out the box, be able to use it at, like, for a bear defense gun. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you're buying a 10 mil, you should be able to handle 10 mil
exactly,
like, plus
full power.
Yeah, full power 10 mil rounds. Sure. And, you know, for a company like Smith & Wesson to be putting out something like that, and you're having such a big issue of, you know, the failure to feeds, and on top of that, you had the bigger issue, I think, was the dropping of that mag.
That's an issue. That's a major issue.
That's a big issue to me. I mean, you're actually getting charged by a bear, and your mag just goes yeet. Like,
because see, if it's a, you could tap rack, right? Granted, you probably don't have that much time, but
granted, you shouldn't be malfunctioning that much. It's not like the gun is undergassed. Like, it's not undergassed.
It's a lot of
gas. You know, it shouldn't be failing to feed, and that mag issue is a big thing. They maybe need to put something with a little bit of a stronger mag release spring in there to make sure that that stays shut. I don't know if we were hitting it.
I don't think so,
with our thumb.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. We're not sure. But we did have the mag eject twice. And that's been a known problem with these rounds coupled with the Smith & Wesson 2.0. That's a little suspicious to me. Especially like brand new out of the box like that. And, you know, granted, those loads are really, really hot loads. They're 200 and 220 grain hard casts. I mean, they're doing something. That's
honestly, like, that's probably the most powerful 10 mil I could find, because there was double tap, then there was Buffalo Bore. But as far as like foot-pounds of energy, I've seen double tap underload some of their ammo, and Buffalo Bore was around the same, but I know Underwood is very consistent. So what they say on the box, you're getting. So I know for sure, like, that's, if not the hottest, almost the hottest stuff you can get on the market as far as 10 mil, which is what a lot of you are probably running in bear country. So
yeah, I mean, I think that those are great rounds. I don't think that the rounds are to blame.
No, not at all.
They did fantastic. A lot of gas coming out of the front of that. It was putting out more gas than his AK. Now I want an AK. Damn you. We went ahead and shot his AK afterwards, and I was just comparing it. I mean, just the gas coming out of that 10 mil is just nuts. which isn't a bad thing. It's just, you know, it's just something to point out. I mean, you can see just how hot those loads are with how hot they're packing them, and it's pretty insane. But I would be probably running regular rounds through that 10 mil. Some of those Sig rounds, I don't think we really had any issues with those except for the failure to feed. But again, I think that was my fault. The first one when I first ran that the Sig box.
And my thing is like I love the gun. Like ergonomically, Smith & Wesson, great job. Like knocked it out of the park. But I just can't get past that, man. Like I've seen SIGs, the Sig X10, Glock 40 MOS, Glock 29, Glock 20. What else? There's the Springfield XD 10mm. Like none of those guns have that issue. I've never seen any gun per se do that where it blows the mag out of the damn gun.
Yeah.
That's uncomforting for a woods gun. Granted, we live in Florida, so like the biggest thing we may get out here, alligators, crocodiles, or like black bears, but
we got some.
We got panthers.
We got panthers.
Right? Yeah, we do have panthers.
We got panthers, but you don't really see them.
But it's like, for that, you know what I'm saying? You could get away with using you don't need a 10mm for the game we have here, but we want to go hunting. We want to go to other states to try hunting. Like we both have 308s, and he has also a 6.5 Creamer, right?
I got a 6.5.
6.5 bolt gun. And, you know, a lot of the game that you're going to hunt may be in dangerous territory, so you don't want a firearm that is going to possibly malfunction like that. Like, I just don't feel comfortable carrying that out in the wilderness with hot loads.
Yeah, and kind of piggybacking off of that, because today I was kind of looking into maybe getting my own 10 mil, and I was in between that and a 357. With what I've seen today, I think what I'm going to end up doing when I finally go for it is I'm gonna do a 357 revolver for that backcountry gun.
Honestly,
that I can put in some, you know, really hot loads in it, and I don't have to worry about
failure to feed, magazines blowing out and whatnot. And I mean, granted, there are other guns, you know, that don't have these known issues, like Glocks.
They are very reliable. Yeah, very reliable. I have several Glocks. I love them to death.
Me too.
With the 10 mil though, it's a little unergonomic for me in the hand, the Glock 20.
It's a fat bitch.
Yeah, it's a fat bitch. And I got some pretty big hands, but I mean, I wear XL gloves, larger XL gloves depending on whatnot.
He's like 6'2". 6'2".
I'm 6'2".
6'2".
Yeah.
6'2".
So, I mean, I would have to say I'm probably going to go with like a 357 Magnum and then put some like hardcast in there.
Yeah. And you know that's not going to malfunction.
No, it's not going to malfunction. I mean, it's not going to have the mag capacity, but it's not like I'm trying to fight off. You know, I'm a big like whore for capacity.
Yeah.
I love capacity. I mean, my main carry gun is a Sig Sauer P365X macro. This is the comped version.
So 17+1, right?
So this is 17+1. I like having a lot of capacity, but I mean, here in Miami, when you get run up on by somebody, it's not usually just one. It's you're usually running into a couple
gangs.
Yeah, you're running into like a full like gang
sometimes 2 to 4 people. Like in Miami, you got to be really on your P's and Q's here.
Yeah. So I like having a lot of capacity, but for a woods gun like that, I can probably get away with, you know, a 6-shooter. Yeah, I know I can trust.
Yeah, and you could take it in almost any state too because of...
Yeah, I mean, it's a revolver. That's not a big issue at all. I mean, you're not running into those 10-round magazine laws or whatever. It's just, you know, it's a 6-shooter. It's going to do what it's going to do.
So what I carry is a Glock 30. So I'm thinking, I'm between like, kind of right now, like 3 choices. I carry a Glock 30. I might get a Glock 29, which is basically the same size, but it just shoots 10 mil instead of 45. Another thing, I do kind of want to get a Glock 40 MOS just because of the extended sight radius, and if it's a woods gun, I want to be able to be as accurate as possible, and it also is an MOS, so you can put a dot on there. And thirdly, like you said, I might just get a wheel gun for bear defense. I'm still between. I love the Smith & Wesson, but I just can't at this point trust it, and I don't really want to modify. I don't want to modify a gun to have to work for me, and personally, I don't like trusting my life to super modify guns. It's one thing to shoot them for fun, but to trust your life on that is like, I don't know if like the more you mess with them, the more like you can cause errors.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, I agree. With my handguns, most of the stuff that I do to upgrade it is sights. So I'll switch out like Glock sights. I'll switch out those pieces of crap. I'll add a light on there, which isn't really a modification of the gun. It's more of an addition, really.
Right.
And that's really about it. I mean, if anything, I might throw a dot on there if his optic's ready. But I don't do any changes to the internals of my guns. Like this gun that I carry right now, this is bone stock. Bone stock. I carry this gun. This is the way that I bought it. I added a light on there and I put it in my pants. And it, you know, I haven't had a single issue with it really.
Same here. Most I'll change is sights, add a light, maybe a trigger, maybe. But I probably honestly wouldn't carry most guns with an upgraded trigger. Unless it has a super terrible trigger. I guess since we're on the topic of talking about this, just a quick review on the gun. So give me your opinion on the gun as a person who's the first time shooting it, B, shooting it with barrel loads, and how you would feel carrying that gun. Like
overall, I really like the gun. I love the ergonomics, like you were saying. It feels great in your hand. It shoots well. It's accurate if you are. You know, some of that grouping, I've never shot a 10 mil before. I was a little nervous and I was, you know, kind of pulling that recoil. And you can see that my shots are shooting low left, but if you really slow down, I mean, that gun is accurate. In terms of trusting it, I mean, the thing is that if I get a 10 mil, I want to put barrel loads in it. I'm not getting this to be my EDC. Right. So if I'm getting a 10 mil, it's to put barrel loads in it. And if it can't do barrel loads, that's a problem for me. That's a really big problem for me, to be honest. And, you know, I'm kind of glad that we went through this today and we're able to see whether, you know, it functioned or not, because it didn't. Overall, I mean, less than 100 rounds and we had 4 malfunctions. I mean, it didn't perform the way that we were hoping it would.
Uneasy feeling.
Yeah. So overall, I think it's a great gun if you're not putting barrel loads in it.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're not putting barrel loads in it, the gun shot great. It was accurate. It's very ergonomic. I mean, it's an M&P 2.0. I mean, if you've ever owned a 9mm 2.0, it's the same thing. It's a little bit beefier, and that's about it. But it shot fine. I mean, it can't handle those barrel loads, and you know, for me, that's a problem, because if I'm getting a 10mm, it's to put barrel loads on.
I agree. So I've put about today we put about almost 89 rounds through it today. So in total now I think I'm at like maybe 200 or 300 rounds through this gun. Before today I haven't had any malfunctions, so definitely the hotter stuff is what's causing the issues, because this gun's been reliable for me. I mean, I haven't put a ton of rounds through it, but I've put enough through it to be like, all right, cool, like it hasn't had malfunctions. Yeah. So for it to have 4 in under 100 rounds is definitely like, yeah, it's just the ammo issue. But overall, I got the gun. Now I see the price is dropping because they did come out with the Performance Center one.
Yep.
But when I got it, it was on Black Friday, so I got it for already $50 off of MSRP. So I'm not really upset. I can still put a dot on it. I can still carry it and have my like full power, like not watered down, but like the lower power Sig rounds through there for carry if I want to carry it. But
we say lower power, like it's like subsonic or something.
Yeah, no,
these are not like low power rounds.
It's still 624 foot-pounds energy. It's kicking.
No, they're still solid rounds, and you know, you put a 10mm hollow point through somebody.
Yeah, they're not having a good
I mean, just go watch Garantham's video. I mean, like, it'll fuck your shit up. Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna. But in terms of the barrel loads, dude, that's
alarming. Yeah, so like I said, I'm probably gonna end up buying another Glock, which I'm really trying not to, but I don't want to get a Sig X10 because the bore axis is pretty high. And I have a M17 Pt.1, and the bore axis is a little high for me. Like, I don't like it compared to some other guns in terms of how high the barrel sits. I don't really like the Springfield 10mm because it has that blade safety in the back that I hate. And yeah, I mean, there's other options, but I think I'm just gonna get a Glock 40 MOS and call it a day.
I like the X10s. I mean, do you know how well those have been shooting with barrel loads?
They seem to be okay. I've done a little bit of, not a ton on that gun, but they seem to be okay. I just don't like how hide the barrel sits. That's my only issue with it.
Yeah.
My only issue. But that's pretty
I
much.
like Sigs personally.
I like Sigs too. You know.
Yeah.
But
But I know what you mean about that bore
yeah,
axis.
the bore axis is kind of high because your P320 is not the same. Like, I mean, sorry, your P365 is not the same.
No.
The P320 has a higher, like, it's kind of, it's more awkward.
Yeah, I've shot those too, and it's a little bit more awkward, especially if you go from shooting the Glock grip angle and bore axis height, and then you switch it to a Sig with a higher bore.
And
your
grip
whole
is like
shit,
this, bro. Like, it's,
yeah, your shit is all fucked up. I mean, you got to get used to it again, but
yeah. So hopefully, some of you have been out there looking for more reviews. I've seen some people on YouTube have done this, but I guess this is just adding to the test pool. So if you guys want to compare other videos, we didn't have any crazy stuff of the mag like flying out like super hard, and like I've seen some of the videos, but it's still enough to be kind of like, you know, I wouldn't trust it. So hopefully this helps you guys decide on if this is going to be the gun for you. If you're getting it just for a range toy or something like that, or just to carry like kind of semi-average loads, go for it. But bare loads, get something else. That's bottom line.
yeah.
Until
they can get this problem.
Until they can get it sorted out. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.